Hello, fight fans, and welcome to the Combat Challenge podcast. My guest is Matt Figlak, a professional MMA athlete who just competed on Cagewarriors 120 against Josh Plan. Matt, thank you so much for coming onto the podcast so soon after your fight, brother. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. It's always good to come on here and chat with you.
Thank you, brother. Now, what I've got to ask you is, what did you know about Josh Plant? And also, what was the game plan leading into the fight?
Oh, okay, right. So about Josh Plant, I knew probably the most important thing I knew about Josh Plant, that he's really game. He's up for a fight. That's one of the things. And another thing would be that he's quite durable. He showed in his previous fights that he can take shots well, and he's not going to be a walkover. He's not just going to cover up and then you can do whatever you want with him. So I knew those two things were the most important things for me, that he's quite durable and he's game. He was game for a fight. He was ready to go in there and have a fight.
And knowing that, my brother, what was the game plan to kind of nullify or deal with that?
The game plan for me was, like I said before, to go in there and look for that finish, look for my opportunities, look to create openings and capitalize on them. It's pretty much same as every fight, although obviously the challenges from him were that he was going to be tough and willing to get into exchanges and get into a fight. So my thing was to go in there, create those opportunities, those openings, and capitalize on them. Be elusive as well. Be elusive. That's another thing, Be elusive, not get touched, and do my job in there.
For sure, my brother. Now, for the viewers who haven't seen the fight, can you talk us through the fight, my brother?
Okay, so the fight starts, a little bit of a feel-out process, but straight away I'm controlling the distance. I know where I'm at. I know how long his shots are. I know how far he's away from me. And I'm just sort of like getting my data. I'm acquiring my data to see what this guy is doing, see whether he's got any openings or not. And yeah, so the fight started. There's few exchanges. The fight was very short. Few exchanges. And in those exchanges, I believe I'm coming out on top every time. Although one time he charged me sort of and backed me into the fence. I tripped on my foot, then I got up, we separated. And from there on, I was just controlling him around the cage. Few exchanges, I'm always coming out on top of those exchanges, hurting him with shots all the time. Very sharp, very accurate. And then we get to a stage in the fight where I can see I've hurt him with the right hand quite bad, and I just go in for the kill. I see my opening, I go in for the kill. He covers up, I see that the body's open, I rip the body and I put him down with a liver shot. And then that's it, that's the fight. The ref steps in and stops it.
Awesome, brother. And what combination did you end up doing just before the fight ended?
The combination was, I was going body, head. I just continued to do that. The exact combination, I don't know what it was, but what put him down was a left liver shot. So left hook to the liver, and yeah, he went down from that.
So would it be fair to say at that time, Matt, you were just looking for whatever the opening was, you were just continuing with the flow until it ended, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was looking for the opening and yeah, continuing with the flow of punches, still being elusive. You can see even in that fight, he throws a punch back and I'm straight back out and then back in on him and then dropping him with that left to the body.
Well, it was an awesome liver shot, brother, and it did end the fight. As a result of that, did you sustain any injuries or are you okay?
Yeah, I sustained some injuries in this fight. I've broken my right hand, as you can see there. And I'm on the mend right now. And yeah, it's going well. It's healing well. It's been a week and it feels a lot better. So I'll be back soon.
Brother, shows that hand again. It looks like a bit of a puppet or something.
There you go. It's just a cast and some bandage.
And what do you know which part of the hand it was that you broke?
Just sort of past the knuckle.
As a result of this injury, my brother, how long do you have to wait, for that to heal, and how does that hinder your training moving forward?
For this to heal, it's going to take, the doctors, they say, around 12 weeks for this to heal fully, so I can go back to doing everything. But in terms of hindering my training, I don't know how much it's going to hinder my training. It's just I'm not going to be using my right hand for a while, but I'll be training. I'll be doing my things. I'll be improving each and every day. There's a lot to improve on everywhere else but the hands. So I'm going to concentrate on that. I'm going to concentrate on what I can control and keep improving every day still. This doesn't stop nothing for me.
When you have your fight, brother, do you kind of sit down with Mike Figlak and Paul Sutherland, your head coach, and kind of analyze the fights and break them down and look at areas for development?
Yes, definitely. We'll have a chat with Mike and Paul and any of my other coaches for any input to look for improvements. Yes, definitely. We definitely look for that, and I always ask Paul and Mike if there's anything that they've seen that I can improve on, and obviously I look to the footage as well, and I go, okay, I wasn't happy with this, or I was happy with this, and I improve on these things.
And it's right. You're surrounded, one, by your brother, and secondly by your coach, who you've known since you were a teenager. So these people have got your best interest at heart, right?
Yeah, definitely. And their input is really valuable for me, and I respect them. Whatever they say, if they say something to me, oh, you should have done this, or you should have done that, or this was done well, I believe them, and I take that on board and use that to improve my skills.
Now, moving forward, is there any date that any viewers can pencil in for when Matt Figlak will next be fighting? And, do you know who that would be against, or is it too early to say?
It's tough to say who will be against, but I know that I will be on in September. Yep. So because of this hand, I will not be on the next trilogy, but I know I will be 100% ready for the September trilogy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Brother, is that and the next trilogy, brother? Is that in June?
Yeah, I believe so. That's the end of June.
Crazy, man. I don't know how they do it, but it's awesome the way they do it, man. Today I saw a documentary where they kind of do like behind the scenes. They follow the fighters in the hotel. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It looks awesome, man, and it really has that kind of feel of a similar production to the UFC. It's just really got that feeling. I think people who want to progress to promotions like the UFC, would you agree that Cagewarriors is a perfect stepping stone to get there?
Oh yes, yeah. Cagewarriors is a really good stepping stone to get to the UFC, and they've had so many fighters go from Cagewarriors to the UFC. So that's a thing that should tell you that it is a good stepping stone as well. And yeah, everything is run very professionally behind the scenes, and it does prepare you for that.
You're right about Cagewarriors being a feeder show for the UFC. I did a podcast the other day with Coach Paul Rimmer from Next Generation in Liverpool, and he was saying there's like over 90 athletes who have fought on Cagewarriors have ended up in the UFC, and he was saying that it is the perfect foundation and stepping stone to get into the UFC, and it would appear that you agree with that as well.
Yeah, I agree with that, and yeah, I'm looking forward to go from Cagewarriors to the UFC. I'm looking forward to when that happens.
Now, brother, not if, but when you go to the UFC, you better not forget me. I don't want you on like with the schmo and not thinking about me, brother.
Yeah. We'll obviously do one with you, honestly.
Matt, thank you so much for coming on soon after your fight and sharing the fight breakdown, the plan, the game plan, everything with us. And I look forward to hopefully having you on before your September fight, my brother.
Thanks for having me on.